the masses and I'm coming correct.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Bullseye Review. I am Keith Bullock, the host with the most, but of course, I am not the host today on the review. My man Nas Cook runs the show. What's good, Nas? How's your weekend?
Yo,
what's the latest?
It was good, man. Just pulled up to the Titans game. Saw the first home win in about 400 plus days, but it was smooth, man. It was good. What about you?
I didn't do nothing. I was going to pull up to the Titans game. It was my daughter's birthday, so we just kind of chilled, little Dave and Buster's, you know what I'm saying? Watch the game from the couch. Shout out to the Titans, man. Let's start there. I feel that a team in their position could have easily lay down, pack it in for the season. Mm-hmm. They beat a depleted, Kansas City Chiefs team the other day. But that being said, that's not the Titans' problem. The Titans came out and played. Cam Ward played one of his best games of the year. I think he was 21 for 28, 200-something yards, very efficient. The running game was on point. You saw Spears and Pollard. Pollard had a third straight 100-yard game.
And should have been a touchdown, too.
Should have been a touchdown. You could get into that. But I like how the team is just fighting. So I got to give him a shout out. I feel like when Mike McCoy took over, he was not really interested. He kind of seemed disinterested because he came in with Callahan and that was his guy. But the crazy thing to me is with the Callahans gone, the Titans actually have a running game and, they have some cohesion. And I'm not trying to shit on the Callahans, but, Bill Callahan was the O-line guru and they couldn't get anything right. And I just think that maybe Brian Callahan, there's a lot on his plate, but neither here nor there. The Titans played good ball the other day. Yeah,
they look good, and I first want to think about, what we keep talking about with Cam Ward. Everybody wanted to kind of jump the gun and say he was a bust, but I saw a post over the past 6 games. He's got like a 90 QBR rating, and he's thrown like 9 touchdowns and around like 2 picks, so you can tell he's settling in. And he's consistently like making these big plays, like rolling out, scrambling, throwing across the body. So, I mean, just shout out to Cam Ward of staying the course. He's not getting, too high or too low, but he's maintaining. But like you said, they established a run game, man. Tajay Spears looked like a dog.
Yeah, yesterday. That's big, man. Like that's huge for a rookie quarterback because in the beginning of the year, I feel like they were asking him to throw the ball 30, high mid 30s each game, and he's still trying to figure it out. And then Calvin Ridley goes down, so you have Chig, who's a veteran, and he's only in his 3rd or 4th year. But other than that, he's throwing the rookies.
Gunner, Alec, and Jameer.
Exactly. So
DK.
these three rookies are still trying to figure their situation out. And when you talk about DK, he made the team as a special teams player.
Right.
Kick return. Now he's returning punts. Oh, no, somebody gets hurt. Now you got to go play wide receiver. So I think that, these rooks are definitely stepping up. And it's going to be fun to watch, see them moving forward in the future.
Definitely. Gunner, him, DK, and Alec, they're like the first team since like the Packers in the Super Bowl era to have 300-plus receiving yards and 3+ touchdowns, 3 rookies. So, I mean, they're looking good. They're looking good.
And, of course, Big Jeff still doing. He scored points again. He scored points. Points. I wonder if how many times a defensive player has scored back-to-back points. A defensive lineman, 6 points for the touchdown and then 2 points for the safety.
Yeah, you could tell that safety meant something to him because he ran around through the whole sideline, was getting the crowd hyped. That was lit. But shoot, he came in to get Tony Pollard that other touchdown as a fullback. Came in, smacked the linebacker, and Tony Pollard got in. And then this is where the BS started to come in, where the ref said he didn't see, Jeff check in and report in. And you can clearly see on the review, Jeff he got a big arm brace, red glove. He's saying, hey, I'm checking in, touching his chest and all that. And the ref acted like he didn't see it, man. But whatever.
Refs might got money on the game.
They do got money on the game, probably. But I'm kind of salty because I had Tony Pollard in fantasy. I want him to score. Another big news with the Titans is the head coach search. And with that, Cam Ward said that he wanted to be, involved. And he told the media, I want to be involved in the, the head coach search, whatever that is. And a lot of people are like, I don't know how to feel about that. So what are your thoughts? What's your take on, Cam Ward wanting to, be with Mike Borgonzi and the team on figuring out, which coach they should decide?
Look, at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to be in the room with them on every single thing because it's the off season. And I'm sure the question was posed to him. They asked him would he want to be, and then he answered, I would like to be a part of everything. I would like to know. So, yeah, him being in the know is one thing. And obviously they're going to find a head coach that will maybe even bring people in with him to help mentor and bring Cam Ward up. Yeah. I got one for you. And here's just a combination, right? If they brought in Brian Flores.
Okay.
Brian Flores, but then you bring in your boy from Miami, because I think he's going to get fired, Mike McDaniels, to run the offense. Okay. So now you got two former head coaches. One, is a great defensive mind. Right. Two, is a great offensive mind in Mike McDaniel. If Tua couldn't push it down the field, Cam Ward can push it down the field. Mike Borgonzi's job is to find the pieces in the draft. And then you got Bones Fossil at special teams. So you keep the special teams coach. You get Brian Flores, who's a hard-nosed defensive coach, similar, came up in that same umbrella as Vrabel. Yeah. And you get Mike McDaniel, who's a creative offensive coordinator, obviously head coach now. But I feel like if you can make that mesh, you might got something, baby.
You might be.
You heard it here first on Bullseye.
You might be playing in February with that. Right. I like that.
That's how I see it.
I think the big thing is, Blaine Bishop touched on it, is like whatever the head coach comes in, they need to establish an identity
and culture.
Yeah. So I feel like that is really key, because at this moment right now, Mike McCoy, I feel like at the end, toward the end, he's doing a good job. But
yeah,
there's still no identity within the team.
Not at all.
So, but it is what it is. But you could tell, like in the building, you could tell like that win meant something. Right? Yeah, I was at the game. I was at the game in the press box, and then going after down to the the visiting team locker room. But you could tell I seen the Titans players. They were lively, they were hyped.
Advantage of that opportunity, having to playing them without Mahomes.
It was good, man. It was good. And yeah, the Chiefs were, Gardner Minshew went down around the first quarter. They were on the third string quarterback, but at the end of the day, a win is a win in this league.
It's not the Titans' problems, right? Right. Chiefs aren't in the playoffs. Playoffs picture is starting to tighten up and starting to become a little more secure. There were some pretty good games this past weekend. NFC, who is your favorites? AFC, who are your favorites? Right now, it's anybody's for the taking, but who do you like out of those conferences?
So if you look back like a couple episodes ago, I said I got the Bears as a dark horse. And
okay.
I'm a Caleb Williams guy. Hey, you seen that pass he made overtime at the end of the game?
I was just checking to see if you started painting your nails.
Come on now. Come on. Hey, but shoot, since we on it right now, I'm going to do a side. This is a quick side quest. So you own the coffee shop Just Love. So now I'm a quarter zips and matcha guy now.
Okay,
so how much matcha you selling at Just Love?
We sell a lot of matcha, man. We do sell a lot of matcha. Sometimes we run out, but that's when my baristas don't let me know. That's what I don't understand, right? Everybody knows the rule, but nobody likes to say it. I say, once we get to our last bag, let me know so I can order some more. Hey, look, they must think when the last bag is empty. No, once you open the last bag, let me know so I can order some more. So, yeah, sometimes we run out of matcha because they don't let me know until all the matcha's gone. So that's one of our flaws, man.
I had matcha the first time like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm a quarter zips and matcha. I'm not a big coffee guy, but that matcha.
He's talking about the quarter.
The quarter zip. We trading out the Nike Techs for the quarter zips out here now. So we back on our professional way. But anyways, yeah, Caleb Williams. I like Caleb Williams, man. He a baller.
Bears. I like the Bears in the NFC. I just, like I say, man, it's gonna come down to the quarterback in the playoffs. So I like the 49ers over everybody. I like the 49ers over the Rams. I like the 49ers over the Seahawks.
You rolling with Purdy, bro?
You know why?
Yeah, tell me why on that.
I'm rolling with Shanahan.
Okay.
Because everybody's saying Vrabel Coach of the Year. Look, they lost Bosa. They lost Fred Warner. Brock Purdy was out 8 games.
Right.
and Brandon Ayuk is speeding past the fucking
Levi
stadium.
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing, bro?
I don't know.
Like Brandon Ayuk, that's not like, I don't know him personally.
He's throwing away bread.
Yeah, yo, get your shit together, bro. That shit's not tight. This is a professional business, and I say it would probably be in your best interest to get back in as soon as possible. Money don't last forever. Yeah. So I know you got it now, but...
And the league will blackball you, too.
Yeah.
If they feel some type of way. But
so 49ers are mine out of the NFC. Wow, and out of the AFC, man, I'm going to just go with Buffalo. I'm going to just say it's their year. I don't think... without Baltimore in there and Kansas City in there... Yo, this is the last time I think Josh Allen is really going to have a clear path to the Super Bowl, because Drake May is only going to get better. Bo Nix is only going to get better. And then you're going to have to deal with Mahomes and Burrow and Lamar and all those guys. So now, if Buffalo is going to do it, now's the time for Buffalo. So I like San Francisco and Buffalo in the Super Bowl.
Word, damn. All right. I don't know about San Fran. I don't know about San Fran, but I like Buffalo. I like Buffalo, man. Josh Allen's playing at an MVP level, so I mean, you gotta respect him. He's literally willing to. I don't think he has the best receiving core or supporting cast around him, but once you got a guy like Allen, a generational talent.
What about the Jags though? You like the Jags?
The Jags are the Jags. Come on, you know the Jags are still the Jags, though. I mean, right? I mean, hey, Trevor Lawrence had that 6-touchdown game 2 weeks ago, which was crazy, but...
He's not better than Josh Allen.
No, he's not better than Josh Allen. I would say he's not better than Drake May, too. I like either the Bills or the Patriots to make it, and honestly, I would say it might be a Bears-Patriots Super Bowl. That's who I would... If I had to pick it,
Caleb was cold, man. And you know what? The Bears... Caleb still has some... BS in his game, meaning that he's going to make some young mistakes and, take some chances, play a little hero ball. But the Bears defense is balling, and you got DeAndre Swift. Yeah. Swift is running the ball, so they got a running game. And shout out to Titans legend who's balling for the Bears, Kevin Byard. Is still doing his thing out there, leading that Bears defense. I believe he leads them with the most interception, but doing what he did here for all those years, making plays in the opportune times at the right moment, and just being a leader on the field. So shout out to him, still doing his thing out there. I love to see it.
And now, too, we got the Chiefs and the Broncos coming up for Christmas Day. And I remember the NFL rolling out this kind of primetime game on Christmas last year. But you got to think the NBA is Christmas is usually run by the NBA. So what are your thoughts on, the NFL taking over Thanksgiving and now Christmas as well?
I think it's just the NFL flexing, right? I think it's in that we're in this time period, and I think I might have had this conversation maybe with Robbie earlier in the year that, they used to give each other grace, when they played. I think it was during the playoffs because they had Monday Night Football and a baseball game, World Series game on at the same time. And I think the sports leagues are like, it's whatever, it's up. You know what I mean? Now. Yeah, it's up. Like, if you can compete, you can compete. Yeah. And I remember specifically the NBA used to have Christmas on lock because they had like the shooting, the jingle bells with the ching, ching, ching. You know what I'm
commercial,
saying? Yeah, with the commercial. But now the NFL is super flexing. And another flex that I noticed is are these games on Netflix?
They are. Yeah, on Netflix.
Netflix is flexing. Netflix gets NFL. They have the WWE.
Yep.
They have the UFC. Now they're doing
the Masters, right?
The Masters. And I just seen the young lady from ESPN is about to head over to do Netflix Sports.
Right.
Elle Duncan, yes, is moving over to do Netflix Sports. So, what do you know about that? I'm leaning on you for your Princeton knowledge.
For the little business side of it.
You could put some little Princeton business knowledge on it for your boy.
I seen a story the other day of like where Netflix began, and it's crazy. So I'm sure this is kind of a little bit before my time. I remember going into the store, but Blockbuster was huge, right?
Yeah.
Back in the 90s. So
before Netflix and chill, it was Blockbuster and bring that ass over.
But shoot, so Netflix started off as like a mailing, like you would ask them to mail like a DVD to your house and whatever. Blockbuster built their brand and like got maybe around 15% of their revenue on like late fees and all that when you didn't turn in the disc. And Netflix went to them. Yeah, Reed Hastings went into the to the Blockbuster offices and scheduled a meeting. Was like, hey, we can kind of we can be your online component, to Blockbuster. And basically, Blockbuster laughed him out the building. It was like, why would we need you? And then from there, Netflix went into the streaming. They started off, getting, movies like The Godfather or whatever, the old remakes. And then they started creating their own content. You had House of Cards with Kevin Spacey coming out. You had Stranger Things, Squid Game. So now they were actual film media like empire. And then from there, they went out, started acquiring different things. And we all know the business side of sports is hot now. So whenever you can get a hand in that, it's wild. But Netflix, is a beast. And
they essentially put Blockbuster out of business.
Oh, yeah, they easily, Do you see a Blockbuster out here now? Blockbuster's done, yo. Blockbuster is done. I remember going to Redbox a little bit. Do you remember what Redbox was?
Nah, man. I know what it is. It's like they were at Walgreens or something like
Kroger,
that.
And all that. But I mean, now the streaming world is taking over regular TV.
Yeah, sticking with Netflix. Dave Chappelle had a comedy that I checked out this weekend, and it's mad funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. What I love about are you a Dave Chappelle fan?
No, that's my favorite comedian, man. I love Dave Chappelle, and I've seen it. And whenever I see like these types of specials or like the F1 movie, I envision in my mind, I'm gonna take out a day at night and I'm gonna sit down and watch it, have some popcorn. I want a perfect scene for it. So, hey, cool. I ain't watching the Dave Chappelle thing yet, but I did see it and I'm about to check it out.
I thought of you because he spoke about the Man Law and Jack Johnson.
Did he really? He talked about the Mann Act? Okay.
About the same in the same way you referenced it.
Really?
Because that's what P. Diddy, Puffy is on trial for. So you should definitely check it out. But what I love about Dave Chappelle is the way that he uses comedy to tell stories pertaining to real things going on, using real references, whether it be, religion, whether it be politics, whatever the social issues are, he brings light to it in a way where, he really makes you open your eyes to it. Now, you can appreciate it or you can't appreciate it. That's someone's individual personal preference. But I really like this comedy special that he just did because there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world, and a lot of people take things very, very serious, and when you're able to bring light to serious situations, man, it's got to be appreciated.
Yeah, it's like him and like Kanye West. I feel like in my eyes they're uncancelable. You cannot cancel this dude, and he talks about hot button topics.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
all
does.
About the Charlie Kirk, Israel, all that. So I'm interested to see what he says. You know?
That's some homework. That's easy homework.
Oh yeah,
for
easy.
You. That's easy.
I'm looking
homework
forward to it.
And what was dope too, something I did tune into this week. They had that Jake Paul Joshua fight on there.
Netflix
Anthony
too.
Joshua fight was on Netflix, so that was pretty crazy. You have to see Jake Paul get his jaw broke.
I'm not gonna lie, when you sent me that, I didn't know you was up on that. I watched the whole fight, but I didn't know you was on the whole Jake Paul wave.
I got seen it so it's very interesting, right? And look, I'll give props to Jake Paul in a sense that he created a persona, created a brand, created an industry that he and his brother. I think his brother's more talented than him because you see him in the WWE wrestling and doing these things, and he has it a little more under control. But look, at the end of the day, the internet is allowing people to be whoever they want to be, so the internet is creating their persona, and to see Jake Paul go through what he's gone through, probably weighing naturally, he probably weighs like 175 pounds, you know what I'm saying? But, to make the commitment to be an athlete, that's cool, but to me, he's not a real boxer, and it was about time that, he got his jaw broke, I guess, because it did happen. I wasn't seeing. I'm not one like, I hope he breaks his jaw. I just knew that he's not a real boxer, and when you come on now.
You got to think Anthony Joshua is a Olympic gold
I'm not
medalist.
trying to fight Anthony Joshua.
Do you see how big he is?
Yes,
like, that is ridiculous.
Yes,
like,
I did. That's the arrogance in the fucking internet. Fucking tough
there's
guys,
no way
bro.
he walked in thinking he was about to win that fight.
Nah, the way he was running around that ring, he knew better.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, shoot, you got to think too. He was about to fight Tank Davis, Javante Davis,
he would have got his ass
dropped
beat too.
Exactly,
because Tank wasn't going to play with him.
Don't play
people
at all.
are sick. So I think people are just sick of seeing the fabricated, set up boxing matches, and then the kid gets out here like, oh, look what I did, look what I did. He takes an L, and that's fine. Everyone takes L's, but then I feel like his next social media post was like maybe like a few $1 million on a private plane with some Louis bags and some guns. Like that's some pussy shit, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he don't care. I want to ask you real quick though. What was your take when he fought Mike Tyson, man? Because I know Mike Tyson is the generational icon.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, I feel like, look, money don't last forever. Yeah. Mike Tyson might have needed that bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he paid Mike Tyson a lot of money for Mike Tyson to get in the ring with him, for Mike Tyson not to knock his shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because a 60-year-old Mike, there's certain things you see how these dudes do boxing because you can fake boxing. Nobody's trying to play football or ice hockey or rugby or no shit like that where you can't fake that stuff. Another guy that is a social media tough guy that likes to get on the internet and tell guys what to do and tell women about themselves, and guy that knows everything, Andrew Tate, got his ass kicked. He got his ass
not even by
whooped.
A boxer, man, an influencer.
He got his ass whooped.
And he's supposed to be like a kickboxing champion.
He's supposed to be a kickboxing champion.
He take the red pill, escape the matrix, all that.
He's like the man.
Weight lift 3 times a day, all that, man.
Y'all gotta pay attention to the people, and it's bad because there are kids that don't know no better. There might be teenagers that might be looking for a mentor or someone in there, someone young and dumb, and these guys get up there selling that shit, and all they're gonna do is rebrand themselves. Now, what'd you say
exactly.
you saw Andrew Tate
he
do?
always gonna figure out how to spin it. So he said he put down a $10 million bet to win $88 million. He was around like plus 850 odds. That he was a big. Now, he wasn't the underdog. He was the favorite. Okay. And he said he betted he was going to lose. So he put down $10 million to win $88 million. And I guess that's apparently they fought in either Romania or Dubai, and that's legal there. So he's saying he made money, and all of y'all are losers for betting on him.
Well, I tell you what, I don't think anyone bet on him. And I love the spin. And if he made that money, that's good for him. But when you see these clips of him acting like he's never fought before, man, that's pussy.
He had black eyes. Well, he got messed up. And if you see the other dude box, it's clear. Like, you talk about people fake boxing, and he cannot box at all. Like, it's clear to, like, even Jake Paul is a better boxer than this other dude, I feel like.
Yeah, I think social media is giving too many people with muscles they wish they had actual muscles, and
Hey, but they're making the money though. Somebody's paying to watch it.
I worry about your generation, and this is why.
Okay.
Kids that work in my shop are, from 15 to 25, 26. And it's usually, I understand the high schoolers, but the 20 to 25, 26-year-olds, they're non-confrontational, right? In a sense, now look, like one of my employees, one of my team members, text me something, and then I called him. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, something like this, let's have the conversation. And he's like, I don't like to be confrontational. That's why I sent the text. I was like, this isn't confrontation. This is conversation. Now, are you, someone in their young 20s, are you adverse to having like the tough conversation, or would you rather text or avoid it?
Nah, I mean, I feel like I am a text person, but when it's something serious, I honestly prefer first meeting in person, and then second, of course, over the phone. But I mean, first off, all I gotta say is whenever I hear the problems with my generation, I mean, you guys raised us. Somebody had to be the parents, right?
But that's their parents, and
that's
I'm always
right. That's their parents. But anyways,
I like that comeback. Though.
But I've always
raised his punk ass.
But I've always been raised to like, man, just handle your business. Like if you think something is in the wrong, or if you feel like you're in the wrong, just, own up to it,
I like that.
or point it out. Like, shit, this is what it is. I feel like we could do this better, this, and this, or whatnot. But it might be because the sports background in me,
Right, I think so.
It might be because of the sports background distilled in me of, the work ethic and shit. If, my safety is telling me that, hey, Nas, you fucked up on the damn, on the call, then I got to take accountability for that,
right.
Because if I mess up the whole team, that's a 90-yard touchdown.
And that's what it is, man. I think that's what it is. I think it's the individual's accountability, because I know, like, my kids are 13, 16, and 18, and they're girls, and they're gonna have the tough conversation because they've had to have the tough conversation growing up. Like, I've kind of forced it, and then it's just having a conversation with my oldest the other day, talking about one of her friends. She was like that. I asked her why would her friend act this way. She was like, she doesn't know, because she doesn't like to have the tough conversations speaking about her friends. So it's pretty interesting.
I'm thinking about my little sister right now. She fell out with one of her friends. I don't remember. I think the other girl was actually in the wrong. And then, like, they didn't want to talk. They were texting over, blah, blah. Like, man, just talk it out, and they still not talking. But, yeah.
Communication is everything.
Communication is key.
All right, now, since we're in the Christmas spirit, you see I wore my Christmas sweater.
I know, you
today.
didn't tell me. I didn't get the memo, man.
It's all right. I took some foster kids, some foster families, Christmas shopping today, and I feel like that always makes their Christmas. Being a foster kid, Christmas was a little different for me. My best Christmas actually was the first Christmas I ever was in foster care, because before foster care, man, you never knew what you was gonna get. You just hope. You got that hope present. You hope you get something. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Foster care, my first year, bro, I thought Christmas, I was like, Christmas must be like this every year. Everybody on my CYO team got me a gift. Everybody on my football team got me a gift.
That's dope.
It's the best Christmas ever, son.
Hell yeah.
My foster mom, she did a great job with Christmas. I used to talk my foster brothers, because they were a little square, you know what I'm saying? I got, they my homies. But I used to have to talk them into, let's open a present, one present before.
Always on Christmas
Eve,
yo.
And they never wanted to. I'm like, yo, you open a present that's in the front, and then you either put it to the back or you open that present up first. That's the first present you open up. You know what I'm saying? So, those were some of my favorite Christmases. Word. What about yours?
But first, I got to shout out you, for giving back to the community. That's awesome. And I worked at the Last Minute Toy Store the other day, which is a great event. I've worked there for around the past 3 years now, and it's awesome. It really, grounds you. But I seen your picture on the website as well. So
I've worked with them before.
So I had a quick question too. Was the Walter Payton Man of the Year thing, was that going on when you were a kid too? When you were playing and all that?
When I was playing, I'm not too sure, but I know I was the Community Man of the Year several times with the Titans. I don't think that it extended as far as Walter Payton at that point in time, because I know Steve McNair probably would have won it or been up for it. Eddie, Kevin Carter was big in the community. So we had a bunch of guys. Cortland Finnegan was huge in the community. We had a bunch of guys that
That's
gave
cool,
back.
man. But I also want to shout out to Big Jeff and Amani Hooker. Amani Hooker actually gave a big giveaway at JD Sports in Opry Mills, and my two little cousins were picked for with the Boys and Girls Club. So we ended up buying them J's and all that. That's cool. Nice. But I'd say my favorite Christmas probably would be that hoverboard. You remember the hoverboards? You remember the hoverboards where you roll around? Yeah. So I was like, Mom, I want a hoverboard and all that. But you remember they were blowing up in the houses. So I was like, there's no way. My mom is not about to get me this hoverboard. So I open it up, pop it out. It was blue. And, man, I was riding around with, like, my fuzzy reindeer socks on with the hoverboard. So that was dope, man.
You didn't have the Mike Tyson moment when he...
No, I didn't bust my ass in front of the Christmas tree and all that. Nah, but that hoverboard, that was cool, man. That was dope. But yeah, and I would always open a present Christmas Eve.
Nice.
That's a big tradition my family has. But that hoverboard was cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man, it's been a great season so far. Going into the holiday season, I want to say thank you for joining the squad and making the Bullseye review possible.
No, I appreciate you putting me on. Like I said, man, I'm a 23-year-old kid out here, and not many 23-year-olds can say, one, that they're in front of the camera talking, but two, can talk to a NFL Titans legend. So this is a Christmas present you gave to me.
Hey man, I'm just out here podcasting with the masses, and I'm coming correct.
Podcasting for the masses, and I'm coming correct.